Hi and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. On this edition, I'm going to show you how I do a tight fade with also how to put on the hair fibers at top and also how to shape the beard. What I just did right now, I was using the comb to comb the hair on its, to its place so I can know what I'm working with. Right now we're about to use the magic clip, guard number 2. Well, this one is called the number 0, but it's still a number 2. It's just the company call it different. Right now I'm using the magic clip. Like I said, I love this clipper. I'm a big fan of it. I swear by it. It's definitely, I like the lightweight, the ergonomics of how it feels in the hand. I like the crunch technology. Right now we're using guard number 3, and yes, I like the way how the battery lasts. I like it's rotary engine, so it goes through any type of hair. I like how quiet it is, and there's nothing really bad that I can say. Just overall a great machine. I definitely recommend it. So yeah, I'm passing right now. As you can see, I'm using the brush. I'm on this side, but on the other side, I'm gonna show you that I also you could use a comb. Everybody got their own little ways to do things. Some people learn some stuff in school a certain way, or from another barber. Right now, I'm using still guard number 3, still guard number 3, but with the level open, and I'm still passing it in between the shadow right there, between the shadow that the number 2 did. Now I'm jumping to guard number 4. It may look like I did put 5 fingers, but it's actually it's guard number 4. I was just talking with a guy and kind of got it confused right there, but yeah, it's guard number 2, level close, and notice how I'm doing kind of like the feather out, or doing the C motion, kind of like lifting it up, taking the bulkiness. We gotta take the bulkiness first from the side right there, the top side, and we're gonna be working then from the top, working our way down. Right now, see, I went back to the guard number, that's number 2, with the level semi-open, right? With the level semi-open, and it's what it's doing. I'm doing is erasing the line that the number 2 did. Not a line, but like the shadows. And yes, like I was saying, everybody got their own little ways they already have learned it from either school or someone else. When you come across there, I opened the level right there, so that's 2.5. So yeah, when and we're gonna go right to left, left to right. We're gonna pass it as many times is needed, just to get it, be thorough, be really clean, make sure that we get it. So yeah, I don't claim to be the only way. I never claim that my way is the only way. I don't claim that what I use may work for you, but what I do claim is, if you see something that you never done, or it seems like it's pretty easy the way that I'm doing it, or you like the way how the machine cards or whatever, and you interested, go for it. Try it. Try each step that I do, or not each, but whatever that you don't do, and see if it works for you. And if it does, that's exactly what I make the video. I also make the videos for the people they don't got no other way but through YouTube, they don't, they didn't learn it from school, or they don't got the money to go to school, or they feel more comfortable with my explanation or the way how I show it. That's who I do the video for. I know there are more better barbers than me, and they are the worst barber than me, but none of that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what matter is you doing it, and you doing it for your client. Make sure you take care of them. Make sure you try to do like if it was you sitting in the chair. Alright, so now that we did all the steps, now we're going with the magic clip, level close, and we're gonna do it right in the a little bit below the midsection, and we're gonna clean it just that right there. You don't have to be so thorough on that part, because anyway it's gonna go right away. We're using the 116, which is that guard, in case if someone asks what is a 116, that guard that is in a level open right there right away. And what you notice is that when I make a level, right away I tackle the line. I don't sleep on it. I just right away lift it up, go to the next level or next guard, and try to tackle the line or the shadow or whatever that you see. So right here I close the level and I'm using the 116, and you see how I took the line right away. Not all right away, but take somewhat the line. But we working, we keep it working, we keep switching, know you guards, know exactly where you started, know your eyes are the hair is gonna detect the eye, and the eye is gonna detect the mind, and the mind is gonna try to find a solution. If you're a problem solver, or solver, I can't pronounce very well the word, but if you know how to fix a problem, that's what I'm trying to say. If you know how to fix a problem, you're gonna do the same thing here. It's gonna tell you, okay, now in order to erase this, when I pass the 116 and it didn't take it away, what's the next level guard down? Well, without no guards, which is half, and that's what I passed right there, half. Okay, so what else? Well, right there I see some little lines and some spot. What can I use? Well, I open the level and use the corners, so I only take those 2-3 hairs that I see. Okay, so now I see a little shadow right there. What should I do? Well, if you go higher, you know that you gotta put a bigger guard again, just to go safe. Then you put the 1. Right now I'm using the 1 level open, just to be in the safe side, and using just the corner as well. Right now also I'm going up again. I'm going up and higher, and I'm using guard number 2, level close, and I'm going from right to left, left to right. And yeah, it's a transition from going up, down, down, up. Some other barbers will say, I will stick to my levels or this and that, and that's fine. I'm just showing what works for me and the blend in, how it does come out. Whether it's easier or harder, it's just whatever works for you. And for me, this is the way that I like, and to me that easiest and the most to me that it comes blending. I know how to do it by levels. I know how to do it for bottom to top or top to bottom. Right now I'm using also, I switched the blade again to the balding. You see the blade right there, and I put it into the magic. That's a great combination. I put it on the senior, but it didn't run that good. So with the magic clip, it's really nice because the engine is rotary and it's lightweight and it's cordless. So definitely, if you don't have the balding that comes from the company wall, then you could buy the blade on Amazon, eBay, whatever, or you Beauty Supply, or you plug, and try it. Right now I'm using the magic clip level open. This is the original magic clip, and I'm doing the final details, not final details, but I'm giving little final details, checking in the back, make sure. So I still brush it. Brushing it is very important. When you brush it, it just it put the hair, not only clean the hair, but it brushed the hair down, and it put it in its place real nice and smooth. So the consistently brushing, it helps to definitely to put the hair in place, is what I'm trying to say. It will put the hair in place, you know what I mean? If there's anything there that should not be there, if some hair is still sticking up, those are the ones that get in shop. But if you cut and brush it, sometimes when you brush it, it goes nice and flat. So right there I was using the 2, now I'm using the 1 and level open. and I'm still going. You know what I mean? I sometimes I step back and I look. You know, if there's anything right there. There's like a little shadow right there. So that's what I'm trying to tackle. You know what I mean? Little by little. And yeah, I step out and I see it to see what I got left over. Because when you're too close in, you cannot see it very, not very well. But when you step out, it's a different look. You'll be able to see if you have any lines. Right now I'm using scissors over comb. I'm using the 6-inch oyster shears or scissors, and they're very good. I like this, and I like this technique. This is how I blend in. I have better control, and the way that I feel like I could get those lines or whatever that it was. I'm using the Series 9 electric shaver. I definitely recommend this electric shaver. It is not only it will charge itself, but it will clean itself too. Not that it clean itself, but you have to push the button. If you see it let you know when it needs to be clean, and you hit a button, and then it will automatically clean itself. And it's definitely good quality. You don't have to pass so much like other machine, and you don't have to change the top so often like the other ones. I don't want to say no name, but because like I say, still what works for me it doesn't necessarily have to work for you, and what works for you doesn't necessarily have to say that it's bad. But through the process of my cutting hair, I've been collecting different, adding new machines and trying them all, because that's how you're gonna find out which one is what that works for you the best. I could say that it's the best, but you know what I mean, it may not be the best for you. You gotta try it to see how you like it. This is the senior, and I put back the blade, original senior blade, back at it. I had the magic clip on it before. So what I like about this blade, not the machine but the blade, is that the teeth are more forgivable because it has less teeth than the magic clip. So when you're doing a fade, you can pass it, and it has a certain way to grab it. You know what I mean? So right now I'm using the senior cordless with the original blade to do the final details, and I'm using the corners. Now I'm using the 1/16, and yeah, I'm going little by little, touching it, just make sure I got everything. Now notice the other side. See the difference? Now we're gonna use the comb instead of I'm gonna do it completely different. And the other side I started with number 2 and using the brush, and this side I'm gonna start with guard number 4 and using the combs. It's just to let you know the either way. I'm trying to teach different ways, that I got different ways, but at the end the result is still the same. It's pretty much, once you know your levels, once you know what works and feel comfortable, that's what you could do. There's options, the different options, try them all. So that's why I'm doing it this way. People are like, hold on, and you're doing one side and then the other side? I do it like that, yes. There's times that I do it as I go completely around, but in this case, because I'm recording, I don't want to be moving the camera from side to side every time that I move in. So I focus on one side and then go to the next side, because it's easier for me when I'm filming it. Right now I'm still using guard number 4, level close, and I'm trying to take all the bulkiness in that area, as you can tell. By the way, this is my boy Willie the barber. He actually bought my mobile barbershop set about 6 months ago. I had a mobile barbershop and he bought it. He's doing very well for himself. Make sure you check him out. Willie the barber on Instagram. And thank you, Willie, if you're watching this. Thank you for letting me record you. And yeah, right now we're still doing the number 4. Now we're about to use guard number 3. And now notice how I switched to the brush. The reason why is because I feel like once the hair is that length or shorter, like the combs to me doesn't grab as much as the brush. But that doesn't necessarily have to be your case, you probably feel the opposite, and that's cool. Like I said, I never claim that my way is the only way, and I never claim that what works for me is gonna work for you. But just if you see it and you give it a try and it works, then that's what I said. That's why I do the video, and that's what I'm hoping that hopefully maybe it does, maybe not, maybe you keep doing what you're doing. I'm trying to teach the ones that want to be a barber too, so that's why I'm showing there's many different ways. How long it does it take, usually right now haircuts, it takes me between 45 minutes depending on the mood, depending on the client, depending on the hairstyle. I don't really try to go by the time. I just want to make sure that the haircut is on point. Yes, not trying to last 3 hours, but if by any means you don't have any other clients, you want to make sure you take your time and adjust and all that, and take whatever time it is. But after a while, once you keep doing it, the repetition, you get more faster. Right now we're using the guard number 4 still, that area right there with the level semi-open. And yes, anybody could give an opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. You don't have to like it. It's okay. But that's not gonna change everything. At the end of the day, Will still come to me. He likes the haircut and he pays me, and that's exactly what I told those barbers that are upcoming. Don't let other people's opinion be the real. That they have to be real in your life, regardless of how they see it. I was passing number 1. Now I open the level, so that's 1.5. And notice right away the reason. See, I take the line right away. I work with the line right away. I don't wait. And my strokes, as I go higher, they're a little longer, and I feather out. And yes, at first it's gonna look how it's looking, but don't judge it by how it looks right now. Judge it at the end. And even if you did like it, thank you, and hope it works for you. And even if you don't like it, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your opinion. But at the end of the day, what matters is the client. If my client likes it and pays me, that's what matters. That's the only opinion that really matters. And even though still there's gonna be clients that you do for the first time and not might like it, don't feel bad, because it's you trying. You can't please the whole world, but there's other clients out there that they probably like you. So just keep trying, never give up. It may sound cliche, may sound cheesy, but it's the honest truth. You gotta keep trying. You gotta work at it. They say practice make perfect, but it's not the practice make perfect. It's the practice. It will make you not perfect, but it will little by little make you a better barber, get you better skills, and you'll be able to be better than before. But you gotta persist, you gotta be consistent, you gotta invest, you gotta work hard, you cannot give up, you gotta find solutions, you gotta study the levels, you gotta understand what the hair is telling you. So yeah, I went from there, if you notice, from guard number 1 to now guard number 2, and I'm in the area in the back. Now I closed the level. It was 2.5, now it's 2. And notice I passed the clipper, a couple of times. I go from right to left, pass it right there where I see the shadow, and then I bring it back. Now I took the level, the guards, and now I'm with the magic clip, level close. And we're gonna pass it in that area. But notice too that right away I tackle it. I use the next guard, the 116 level semi-open. Now it's level close, and I go right there. Now I open the level and I try to take the line that it did with the 116 close. Notice how I go from right to left, left to right. I'm working in the back first, so I could then work finishing the left side. So I'm working from right, back, and then side. Right now I'm using the 116 level close, and notice how sometimes I use the whole clipper or just the corner. Right now I took the guard, and now it's half. is to grab like maybe 3-4 hairs or the little spot that I'm trying to get, and then the whole blade is when I want to get everything like right there, like I did right there in that section. So that's the level close completely. Now I switch it to 116 to take out the line that the half did, right? Now I open the level because the 116 made another line, so I take it right away. You see what I'm saying? So once you got that, then you understand that it's levels. And another thing, that level on the side is one of the biggest one of the biggest big part key. Just because you open it right away and you close it too, you gotta understand you open it maybe like 4 times before you close it completely, or 4 times before you open it completely. So there are levels within the level, open it and closing it. So if you're going up, instead of opening it completely, you open it little by little and pass it, then you open it a little bit more, and then when it gets completely open, that's your final level. And then if you're not grabbing with the half open completely, then you go jump to the next level, which is a half. Then if that half doesn't work on the 116, then you open the level little by little, and then once you open completely, then you jump to number 1, and etc. Right now I'm using guard number 2. So see, and little by little it's taking shape as I'm talking and telling you everything. Notice the time. There's some hairs, trust me, that are gonna be hard. This is one of them. I'm not afraid to say it, because it is. It's very hard. His hair is very thick, and even though I have different ways to do method of cutting hair, it's still, there's gonna be some hairs that they're gonna give you a battle. But if you don't give up, if you go and battle it, you're gonna be successful. You know what I mean? You just gotta try everything. It's just like working out. You're not gonna get muscle just the first time you go to the gym and lift weight. It's dedication, consistency, eating right, eating the right protein, pushing it, giving more weights. If you already manage one weight, then go to the next weight. So same thing with this haircut. They're gonna be manage this haircut, then let's go to the next one. If it didn't work out the first time, let's keep trying the next time when he comes. Let's do it, let's take either more time, or let's take different route, different approach. But yeah, right now I'm just doing the final details with the magic clip, using the corners, just the corners, because that helps a lot. That really does help a lot. So yeah, I'm right there, using it right there, the corners, as you could tell, and level open. All right, then right there, as you could tell, I'm using the scissors over comb. Right, right there, I'm using, if you notice, the oyster scissors, the 6-inch, and also notice the comb had bigger teeth. The big teeth to me is like they act like a guard, like a number between number 1, 1.5, or 2. But I have a better control on what I want to blend in. So it once I lift the hair, I see the parts where I need to cut, and I have like a better control, so I don't have to sacrifice so much with the machine and the guard, because the guard take a big chunk, and sometimes with the scissors over comb I take just what I needed. So as you could tell, now I'm back to the magic. Now I'm back to the shaver, electric shaver, and you see right there, I'm passing in that area right there. No, don't bring it higher than that, just right under the ear, you know what I mean, right? And I have the head tilted a little bit, so we don't use the full completely blade. But once you get to the back, the lower of the neck, you could start lower using the whole blade, is what I'm trying to say. But still, I use notice I still have it tilted, and just cleaning in that area right there, This machine is very comfortable, and definitely it cuts really smooth. It doesn't pull. Right now we're gonna go the top part we're gonna cut, because it's still, even though he's light up on the front, the back is still has a lot of hair, which it needs to be matching the sides in order to blend in really nice. So we saturating the head, and we're gonna do the styling, cutting with the scissor styling, I call it. And it's like this: I grab it with the, I cone it, grab it with the finger, pinch it right there. Once I have the measurements, then what I already cut, I measure and I cut the other rest. So pretty much people got different ways. They use the hand the opposite way. Everybody got their own ways to do it, but to me this is the most comfortable. And at the end of the day, don't judge it by how I do it, judge it how the finished product look at the end. If it still look, when it's done and said done, it looks fresh and it's nice and even, then it means that it worked. It's just, like I said, imagine a rainbow just black and white with no other color. It'd be sucks just to have, and still you have black and white, you still got two to choose. But imagine even worse, a rainbow just either white, only white, or only black. It won't be a rainbow. But that's why I'm saying, that's why there's so many different kinds of name brands of machines and different technique, because it would be boring, and not all of them you're gonna get the same results. So that's why I said never judge other people the way they cut, because that's how they feel comfortable doing it. And if you feel comfortable doing it that way, keep doing it, man. Don't let other people change your opinion, unless you wanna change the way you wanna cut it, and then by changing it and trying to get used to it, maybe you get better results. But until then, if it doesn't work and doesn't make you feel comfortable, then stick with what you know. It's the only advice that I really truly can give. See, so now that we did the top, now we still gotta match. I'm still using the techniques. This is overcombing and cutting in that area right there, because the hair's too short to even pass the way that I was doing it up top. So now the next step or technique to get that bulkiness of hair is through scissors over comb, and that's how I'm doing it on this side, on the back. You see what I'm saying? Getting those chunk of hairs right there, getting it blended. I'm using the big teeth. Big teeth is for the more volume, especially in that area right there. The small teeth is more for the lower part, but we're not gonna go in the lower because everything is cool there. The part that I need to match is this side, right, where I'm passing, right? So right there, as you can tell, passing it in that area, keep passing it, and we're gonna keep looking every angle. You know what I mean? We're gonna get it until we get everything, every little hair on its place. Remember, there's some other people that would have go other route, that would have done it other way, and that's good by all means. Congratulations if you could do it faster or better than me. But once again, this is me doing it, and this is me doing it for my client, and he likes it, and I'm trying to a little bit, just with any struggle, if I present any struggle, I'm trying to keep it real. Then it's not all nice and dandy. Sometimes even good barbers still go through struggle, and I show the reality. I don't try to hide nothing. See, once I have everything on top already kind of like almost blending in and everything, then I start some in the bottom. I start seeing some other details that start popping into my eyes, and then my eyes dictate the mind. Okay, what you gonna do about it? I'm like, okay, I think I could put it right here, number one, and use the magic clip level open, and use the little corner to get that little thing right there. Yeah, and right there I see a little something too. So yeah, and those things, if you take the time and you listen and everything, it will polish you. And if you take action for everything they present, most of the time when you solve every little thing that the hair shows you, yes, it seems like it's gonna, oh man, I have to go over again, or it's gonna take me more time. Don't worry about that. Just make sure, you know, take care of it, and you will see the more you put in, that's what you're gonna get out. This is Pump It Up. It's a hairspray. It's really like a glue. It definitely put the hair in place. And in this occasion, we're gonna put the hairspray on hand, because that in the front and in the side, I want the hair to be everything real nice and flat, real nice, smooth, flat. And in the front, when I'm gonna be doing the box out, I want the hair to stay, you know what I mean, freeze, so that way when I cut it, when I shape it, when I make this the lineup in the front, each hair is just freeze, so I'll be able to cut it and make that real nice and sharp. Plus, when I make it like that, you're gonna see later on. Right now, it don't make no sense what I'm doing or what I'm trying to say, but this, you see how it's getting nice and flat. It may not look good right now, but just like I always say, never judge it by how it looks now. Judge it at the end of the video, the final result. Because we're still not even halfway done. We still using the blow dryer hot with the heat, but I keep it moving, and I will keep it in one place and keep a distance to it. Now, in order so it don't look so stuck to the skull, I use the comb, and I use the big teeth to kind of like open it, to space it out, to open it. So that's what I'm doing right now, you know what I mean? I'm going in the front now, so it's gonna open it. Watch, it's gonna kind of like open it. Now we're gonna go right to the front, and we're gonna start in the center, and we're gonna start from the center going on to the side. And notice I don't go too high and I don't go too in. I just, from the center is the point of reference, right? And then I keep passing the trimmer a couple of times, and all that white stuff is from the Pump It Up. Eventually, when he goes to his house, he can wash it off, but the hair and everything is gonna be, you know, on point, even, because that's what is the hair, the hairspray that it frees the hair in place. So there's, whenever you're trying to do a box out, there's one thing that you're not gonna like, is when the hair start like pulling back, and you don't want that. You want to make sure every hair is, you know what I mean, it stayed in its place, when, especially when you shape it. And you see how the box out is coming little by little, you know what I mean? Notice how the front, see, still light. The client asked me to put hair fibers. If that's what the clients want, that's what I'm gonna give. I'm gonna show you in a few how I do the process, you know. But first, I'm you know, make sure that I'm shaping it, that I cut, that I got every hair pretty much leveled out, that I got the fade on point. Right now, we're gonna use a little bit of grand finale. The grand finale, it has I like the way, because the spray, it kind of opens more. Now we're using the topic, the hair fiber, and I'm keeping a distance between 8 to 12 inches. You don't want to go too close, because then it will make it too spotty. So the same thing here, where I see the hair fiber needs to get glued in, I put that grand finale, and then, you know, I put the Pump It Up. I keep a distance. You know, once you take the business card or whatever you're using to keep the shape of the hairline, then that's what, you know what I mean. Don't worry, all that white stuff, all the hair fibers, all that is gonna get cleaned up. But once again, in order to do this process, like I said, there's some barbers that like to do it, and not just to the barber. Client ask them, they ask you to, you know, put it right there, make it, you know what I mean, put it in enough that they will match up to the side. There's other ones that say don't put too much. So I go by what the client pretty much want. That's the first thing that you should have in mind. Always do what the client asks you to do. Never assume. In this case, you know what I mean, I didn't assume. I know for fact what he has asked me before to do, and how he wanted. So then I proceed to do that. Now that I did the top, the hair and everything, now we're gonna work with his beard. He still want to leave it long, so what I'm doing with the comb, I'm getting all the hairs out and everything, you know what I mean, getting it out. So I'm pulling it, getting untangle it. We're gonna be using, you know, the Bone Pro shaving gel, medicated, which is really awesome. And then, you know, we're gonna trim it with the Andy Slimline. But the top part of the lineups, I'm not gonna even bother to use the trimmer. I'm gonna be using strictly the razor right away, because I already know exactly how it's gonna take shape. But see, I'm getting everything, all the hair untangled, so that way when I pass the magic clip on top to clean it, to groom it out, it's out. This is the cream Bone Pro. It didn't want to focus, but if you see all of my other videos, I have more than 1,000 videos on my channel. Feel free to check it out, and you're gonna be able to see the cream more on details. Yeah, so I'm putting this cream, and notice that white stuff, it will definitely go away. I will use some aftershave or a little bit of water and wipe it off. But I like to use it as a defense lens. You know what I mean? I like to use it to let me know, okay, don't push it more back, leave it there. All right, right there. When I pass it, notice how I use my left hand to stretch the skin. It's always behind the blade. Whatever the blade is, right behind it, you're gonna see my left thumb, and you're gonna see that I'm holding the comb. Just if once I finish shaving something, or I want there's any hair stuck or stick in there, watch, and I could, let me see if I want to do it, but I'm still stretching, note it, and no matter where I go, they're about to use the blade, I stretch the skin. It's very important. You see that when I wipe up with the comb? That's why I have my comb with me on my left hand. So my left hand also is working just as much as the right, you know. I'm using the comb just to wipe that off, but also my left thumb is helping to stretch the skin. Then I go against the grain. First I go from up down, and then down up. When you go up down right away, sometimes it will irritate the client. So right here is too much hair for me to just do it with the blade. So now we're gonna use the Andy Slimline, the Andy trimmer, the cordless, and we're just gonna, you know, trim it out, leave it as much natural possible. We're just gonna leave it right there, you know what I mean? And he wants it nice and square and really natural outside. So that's what we're gonna do. And, you know, we're taking all those long hair. You don't have to be perfect, because later on with the razor and the blade, we're gonna get it more detailed. This particular trimmers, I don't have a zero gap, because I don't want to irritate the skin or cut the client's skin. But notice, see, with the razor, I'm getting a little by little detail. Then I go from every angle. If I feel that I'm uncomfortable and that I cannot grab it, then the blade, I put it in different ways. You know what I mean? Right here, I noticed that I could go just a little bit right there, and then I fade in the rest. I would once I have it set up, I'm gonna finish those little details where I see that it needs to be faded in just a little bit in the corner. But then once I did that, now I go again, comb the hair down, and then I use the magic clip with the level close, and then I start the grooming process. By doing this, it act like a little trim, it act like a trimmer, but bigger. And then when I pass it on top like that, I make sure I look in the angle that, you know, you don't take it too much, but only the hair that are sticking up or standing up. And then I put that napkin, so I know I could see where I have to trim, and I see the line that I'm trying to, you know, the shape that I want to groom in. Then I take it off, because obviously the fan, it was keep blowing it. So at this point I already have an idea how exactly it's gonna come or how it's gonna look. So, and still at this point I'm, you know, right, real nice and gentle touching it at top, you know what I mean. And all those hair, trust me, I do clean it, but then again I go back at it. See, I clean it, and then again I'm passing it over and over. That's one thing, make sure that clean the clients every time. If it has too much hair or you're trying to see what you're doing, make sure you brush it out, everything, as many times you want to do it, you know what I mean, but make sure you do it. This part right here, I'm using the trimmer in that area that I didn't use it before, and I'm shaping it, I'm making it, you know what I mean. It's not looking straight right now, but now with the razor and the blade, we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make it nice and straight. We're gonna get everything nice, you know what I mean, and even. And you know, we're gonna shave from every angle, you know, and be gentle, especially in the skin, the neck, and that area. So this is him before the haircut. All right, this is before the haircut, and I'm gonna show you the difference from everything that we did. Man, not like because the camera show you every detail, but now when you finish everything, the finished result, and you really step back, this is how he's gonna look. And you see the details, you see the difference. It may not look to you a lot in the process that we're doing it, but now when you look at it from where he was to what he is now, it's not a bad haircut. It's actually came out pretty dope, you know what I mean. Some other would say, yeah, I would have still done better, but look, even the hair fibers, you know, the shape and everything, you know, that's why he feels comfortable with it. That's why he likes. That's what we're gonna continue giving, man. As long as he's satisfied, I'm satisfied. I'm happy. And in the finished product, it's definitely better than when he came in. And you know, so never compare yourself to no one, because there's always gonna be someone better than you or worse than you. But once again, I hope you take anything here and try it in you, and I hope it works. But once again, thank you for your time and support. It's your boy Jeff, the Master Barber. God bless you, and keep cutting hair. Never give up. Keep consistency working. Peace.